So, what is CSS? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and the emphasis here is on style. It's simply used to style your HTML page or your HTML document. So we talked about HTML in our previous section, which is basically used to structure our web documents. And you can specify what you want to insert into a page, like pictures, video, etc. And that's what HTML is. What CSS does is it's used to complement HTML, and it specifies the layout, the color, the fonts, etc. So it basically modifies the design and display of HTML. I mean, simple as that, right? So, for example, if HTML is the foundation of your house, right? Then CSS is gonna be the decorations you apply to the house, such as the window type, the the color of your building, right? Whatever style you decide to put on the house, that's gonna be your CSS, right? And the foundation is basically your HTML. Another example is gonna be the human skeleton. Okay, if that is the HTML, which is the skeleton, what CSS does is gonna style that skeleton. So the suit that you put on, the color of your shoes, I mean the watch that you wear, whatever that you use to style the frame or the structure, which is the skeleton, is what we refer to as CSS. So let's look at a simple example, right, of how these two interact. So we have a simple HTML uh, P tag, which is a paragraph, right? So you can see here that this is an HTML. It has the opening and closing tag, right? And it basically prints out this is a paragraph. That's all that it does. So if I wanted to style this, right, I have my CSS on the right hand side here, and you can see that we are just making it bold, right? So if you see the output of this, it's gonna be this is a paragraph, but it's a bolder version of the normal uh, HTML that you have here. So you have this is a paragraph. Let's say we wanted to apply some color to this, right? We have another CSS which says that color this red, right? So you have this is a paragraph, but it's gonna be red, right? So that is basically how CSS and HTML interact. You can see here that the P here is called a selector, which means that it's just used to select which of the HTML we want to style, right? So we can have a lot of paragraphs or a paragraph and something else, right? Image, whatever. If you wanted to style all P tags, right, you select P, which is the selector, and then whatever style you apply to it is going to affect the HTML, right? Then we have the property. The property is what about the HTML that you selected, which is the P, do you want to apply style to, right? So we want to apply style to the font weight. So the font that we have here, the weight of it, which is what that's the property that we want the style to affect. So you can see font weight here. We want to apply bold to it, and so we apply the bold to that, and then it's bolded, right? If you wanted the property color, then you just put the the color property, and then it's the color that is affected, right? So that's the property. The third part is the value, which is the value you want to set the property to, right? So for this property font weight, we want to bold it, and that's why it's bolded here. For this property color, we want to set it to red. We could have set it to green, to blue, whatever. That's the value. And so that's how CSS and HTML work together. In the next section, we are going to be looking at JavaScript. and see how that also works. Thank you and see you in the next section.